Hey guys, welcome back. We are at episode 19. Thank you so much for continuously watching this series. So I think I was left off getting iron, collecting that friggin' iron, taking a pretty long time with it, to be honest. You know what though? I think obviously it would be a lot better if I had Santana here to help me go back and forth. Mind you, she is at work right now, so it is just me right now. But I think for the next episode, it's got to be with Santana. I think we all know that it would be pretty mean if I just did an hour-long special without her, and then I told her that the 20th episode was already filmed without her. But she obviously doesn't mind now when I do the 30-minute episodes. Most of the time it's just collecting resources and making sure that we're at the next step. Now, I planned on being in the swamp around the 20th episode. So, being the 19th right now, I think just getting into trying to get all this iron out. I think we're at a pretty good pace right now, guys. I can't lie. I think we're at a pretty good pace. I think that by the 30th episode, we should definitely be in the mountains. Should be the next biome. I just don't know by the 40th if we'll be in the plain. Actually, I think we will. I think I'll at least be dipping into the plains because... Oh, son of a bitch. Get dodged, kid. What's up? Oh, ow. Swing at me, bitch. Oh, I don't have any arrows. I keep forgetting to make arrows. So, yeah, I think I'll be in the plains. Honestly, while I'm in the mountains, probably. Like, once I get all that silver gear that's, like, pretty busted, I think we got some arrows. Nice. Because I really want those locks, dude. I really, 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 really do. So, I think that once I'm in the mountains, I'm going to start taming some locks. I don't think it should be too hard, too. If anything, I need to get that harpoon thing. That way I can, like, lock them into a breeding pin. And then once I actually get into the plains, I can start making the saddles for them. We could start riding some Loxes. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you obviously haven't gotten too far in Valheim. But I understand the game is slow. A lot of people have played this game with me. I guess not a lot of people, but I've had a few friends who've played this game with me. They've actually tried it out. And they said it was the most boring game they've ever played. They said it was not it. Personally, I find it very relaxing and like it's almost like Minecraft where you can kind of build your own creativity and use your imagination on what you want to do next. And in a way, it's almost like you are role playing a Viking, except not having the hordes of people with the hordes of Vikings with you to take down villages, and you're not really taking down villages, I guess you're not really a Viking, but you're a Viking in a different world, I should say. Yeah. But I thoroughly enjoy this game. And the point I wanted to make was that the game honestly just keeps getting better. And I think that's where people kind of is like right at the beginning, it's a little like, okay, when's this gonna pick up? Like you fight Eikthyr and you're like, okay, this is pretty sick, and then you are stuck in the Black Forest for a little bit, and you're still kind of waiting for it to pick up. You go into the swamps, you're like, okay, all right, this is pretty crazy shit going on here. Honestly, a little unfair because I keep getting shit on. And then, sorry, I'm still a little bit sick. I'm gonna blow my nose right now. I'm sorry that you have to see this. Here, I'll mute my... so you don't have to hear that. But yeah, no, you go into the swamps, you kind of get shit on. You're like, okay, but now it's kind of a little, it's more challenging. To be honest, I think it takes a little bit of a dip when it goes into the mountains, because the mountains is like, you gotta like, climb up fucking hills, and the drakes are really annoying. The iron golems, the stone golems are really annoying. The wolves are pretty cool because you get really good materials from them. That's a really up there. And then the boss is like really cool on the mountain. Like they really outdid themselves with that one. Like Modar is really sick. And then once you hit the plains, that's when like the game actually starts. That's when like you actually collect really big resources, The sad part about that is I think that I'm rushing the game right now. I'm not really doing the things I usually do where I'll build like a whole house that looks really cool and build a whole raft that is a certain way. I will get to that later in the series, unless you guys want me to start doing it now, because I will make an episode of maybe an episode or two of building a dream house for Santana and I. But yeah, let me know about that. But I'm rushing through this game, so I feel like to get to planes probably would take an average player like 50 hours. An average player, someone who's learning the game as they go. Obviously, if they looked up, what they need and how to get to the next biome. Like realistically, how to get to the next biome is you just kill the boss. But that's to unlock whatever the next biome offers you. So in the meadows, you need Ecthyr's antler to create a pickaxe. To get the copper in Black Forest, you need to kill the Elder in order to get a swamp key, which you can go to the swamp and get the iron. Bone mass is the wishbone. It's you have to. But at the same time, it's like getting to the boss. Unless they know that you have to find a dungeon in order to find out where the boss is located, like you're just gonna be kind of wandering around for a while. It really seems like. So I do understand people's feelings about this game, but I promise you, it is actually a vibe, man. I have about 1,000 hours in this game. Mainly because I like relaxing games like this. I have probably more than 1,000 hours in Minecraft, so probably has something to do with that too. Is that my brain is wired to like stuff like this. I like to have control in my creativity. I feel like a lot of games you're just filling out what the creator has designed that you should fill out, and you're just kind of following a path of what you should do. And that's fun and everything, but I feel like people want more creativity. I think honestly it's crazy to say this, but I think that Elden Ring has a crazy amount of creativity. I mean, like that character building that you can do yourself, right? I've never really played the game through. I've tried it, but it's really fucking hard. I know that there's that setting or that mod or something that you can make it really easy so you can go through the game. But I don't know. I feel like it's just not, you're not getting the same effect of what the game's supposed to be. But regardless of that, I think that the game lets you kind of wander around and level up so that you don't have to face the bosses right away. You don't have to go down a certain path in order to get a certain weapon to fight a certain boss. Like it's very your own kind of timeline. You could sit there and farm, a level 1 creature for days and gain enough levels and ability and maybe money and souls, whatever the fuck it is, in order to face that boss next. And then some people cheese the game too, and they go naked and they just show that you don't even need to level. You just need to be good. And I love that about that community. It's really, really fun to watch. But yeah, with Valheim, I think it's a little bit more of a Roblox version of Elden Ring in a way. I think that's why a lot of my friends who don't really like Valheim that much, they actually have played Elden Ring. You know, and I relate the two. I'm not trying to relate them that they're that much, they're so similar. I relate the two because it just seems like like Valheim is about, you know, leveling up, leveling up, leveling up, crafting goods, leveling up, crafting goods, and then fighting some big boss that has a big health bar, and you have to do a certain thing to beat him, and look at the patterns of how he's hitting and stuff. Like that's Elden Ring, right? To, you know, in layman's terms, not to a T, but that is basically what Elden Ring is about too. And you know, Valheim I feel like is like a training wheels of that. But also Valheim can be super challenging, man. I'm telling you. It may look easy because I'm playing it. Just kidding. But it can be very challenging. Oh, I have arrows now. Yeah, let's just cheese these fucking idiots. Sorry if I've been yapping, man. Like, I just feel like I've just been working a lot and not been able to do these episodes. But I am excited. Right now, I will tell you the date, guys. Right now, it is December 21st, 2025. You'll probably see this video in late May or something like that. You know, I do appreciate you guys watching. I do apologize if you think the batching is a bad idea, that I can't reply to comments right away. But I promise you, as soon as January 2nd comes out, which is when the first episode for this series will come out, we will be replying to a lot of the comments, if there are any, in the newer episodes. You know, past probably the 20th episode, we'll start replying to all those messages. So don't think it's just a pre-batched recorded 100 episodes. I only pre-batched a bunch of them just because I want to have that consistency of, you know, an episode every Friday. A little difficult with a full-time job. I can't promise time to this. Mainly because it doesn't make me money. That's I don't make money off of this, but I do enjoy this. So I do appreciate you guys watching. If you do like the video, which is free, and you subscribe, which is free, it really helps a lot. I know that personally I don't really subscribe and like every video because I don't like seeing rich people get richer. I'm just kidding. That's a cynical thing to say, but I think you understand the gists of what I'm saying there is, you know, a person with 500,000 likes on a video doesn't really need another one like. And it doesn't really bother me if they don't get it. I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for that, but you know, I only really subscribe to people I like, and I would assume the same for me. If you guys do like my channel and you like the image of this, I do want you to know too. I edit and I plan and I do basically everything for my brand. There's no one behind the scenes. Please do subscribe. If you don't like me, then fuck off and go find a better YouTuber. So anyways, yeah, so we've been getting some pretty good iron hulls here. This first dungeon is proven pretty valuable. I think we have about 75 already. Repair my pickaxe just in case. If there's anything you guys would like to see in the series too, you know, I'm open to that. I really enjoy reading people's thoughts, you know, on how I should do my videos. My first playthrough of The Long Drive, which there's about 34 episodes. You guys can go watch that series as well. And that series was made like it was made like I would make a video and then I would release it that day, and then I would make a video and then I would release it that day. There was times where I would release 2 videos in one day, and you know, with the consistency factor, it was kind of dumb because it wasn't. It was just sporadic all over the place, but it was still a lot of content being pushed out. But it was still a really good series, and I would love for you guys to take a look at that one too as well. If you guys know The Long Drive, it's a pretty funny game. I spend about 30 something odd episodes trying to find a truck. And I won't spoil it if I find the truck or not. I tell you though, those trucks are very hard to find. Fun game though. I like playing these indie games where they're not huge, like it's not like Apex Legends or CS:GO or League of Legends, Call of Duty. You know, I started my career on content with Call of Duty, really. You know, in the COVID era. I think everyone mostly did. But I like playing the games that people aren't really playing. You know, it makes it feel a lot more special. But more unique than the average content creator just jumping on any trend. So if you want less brain rot content, you know, don't subscribe to me. I'm just kidding. I was thinking of doing a playthrough of Valheim again after this one on hardcore by myself and putting all of the levels to like max. So, you know, let me know if you guys would like that, to see me attempt that, I should say, because that seems a little challenging. But a hardcore playthrough has been in my mind for a very long time, just to try it out. I've never actually tried that. Okay, hold on. But I think to try it would be fun and challenging. You know, it'd be fun for you guys to see an average. I guess I'm not really an average Valheim player. I have 1,000 hours. But I'm not a competitive person. Oh, I'm gonna die to this guy. I need to be smarter about that. Yeah, like an average, non-competitive, more casual player tries out hardcore in Valheim. I think that would be a pretty funny video, especially for people who want my downfall. Alright. I do also love the progression in this game. It's very satisfying. Some of the moments where, see, that blob almost fucking killed me with one poisoning. He almost killed me. And to think in hardcore, I'll probably take like 20 damage per tick. So I'm just dead. Like, there's no coming back from that. So, but the thing is, the progression in Valheim is that now, when I get, say, 1,000 iron, and I smelt all that iron down, and I make the best fucking weapons and armor and upgrades, everything, I can come back here and shit on all of those blobs, right? And get all the resources that I desperately need from the swamp to move on to the mountain. You know, the progression of the game is very satisfying. It's like, you can just get lost in the game of the things that you need to get, and you're getting them, and then suddenly you go back to a biome that you just recently struggled on and just walk over it like it's nothing. I find that really cool. I remember my longest run, where I'm obviously in the Ashlands, and we did beat the Ashlands boss. And then when we had a base in the plains. When we went back to the plains and we were like, yo, let's just go for a walk and see if there's any goblins around. We were just shitting on all of them. Like, there was just nothing. And even those mosquitoes, the death mosquitoes, stinging us did like 2 damage. They did nothing to us. But it's because, again, we progressed 2 biomes ahead of the plains just to come back to these death skeetos. And they're more like mosquitoes. So, the progression is pretty satisfying in this game. I do appreciate the developers for creating kind of like a long journey. That makes sense. Because that's what it kind of is, right? It's not just a simple game. I mean, it's kind of a simple game, but it's not, 2D like that. It's very 3D. And, I talked about paths earlier, not liking path games. And to be honest, Valheim has a path in it. But I think it is very general. You have your different biomes that you kind of have to go through. But you can almost do it in your own way. It's like Elden Ring as well, right? You're kind of getting to the end to kill Melania. I think. I hope that that's right. You don't really have to. You can kind of stop and do other things, just like in Valheim. But the main goal is to kind of get through all the biomes. You know what my favorite thing is? Because I love survival games. You know what my favorite thing people say to me is? And it kind of pisses me off. But it's also like I get it because you've never really loved a survival game. Is they say, what's the point of this? Right? Like they'll see me cutting down a tree to build a base, right? And they'll say, you've just been cutting down trees for like 10 minutes. Like, what's the point of this? Right? And my thing is I want to shout back at them and, say, what's the point of you? But no, I don't say that, right? Because the point of this game makes sense to me. But the point of this game clearly doesn't make sense to you. Does that make sense? Like, if it made sense to you, you wouldn't say that. The fact that it does make sense to someone else, they're not saying that. So I think it's more of a perspective thing. Like if everyone thought it didn't make sense, people just wouldn't play it. There's a lot of games out there like that. A lot of games that have failed. I won't name names, but a lot of games that have failed when they first came out. Everyone was on a consensus that this doesn't make sense. Like there's no point to this, right? The fact that some games like, Minecraft, Valheim, even Grand Theft Auto, like some people actually don't like Grand Theft Auto, which I found out recently, which is kind of wild to me because that's like the biggest game I think in the world. But anyways, is it the biggest game? No, Minecraft's the biggest game in the world. Then it's probably League of Legends or CSGO. They're interchangeable. I don't know. I feel like I've just been talking while collecting iron. And we've only hit 1 dungeon so far. So I think with this next episode coming here, when Santana helps me, I want to be able to knock out at least 2 dungeons in that episode. Guys, we're going to have so much iron by the end of this. Like, I'm actually so excited. We're going to be rich. We are going to be rich. What's the point of this? Like, what's the end goal? Well, in Minecraft, it's to kill the Ender Dragon, if that is your end goal. Because personally, I like to play on creative sometimes. It's actually on my YouTube channel too, where I built a Minecraft obstacle course that is pretty intricate. And I've had a little bit of help on it, but I mainly built the whole thing. I've had people make their own courses in there. I think there's like at least 1 or 2. I remember I had one guy make his own course, and I said, okay, like this is, because the course was like 1 to 18, and it was like you just kind of go around, and then like when you beat it, like fireworks, blah blah blah. But I told him to make I think it was like the 16th course, and I said I was like I wanted it to be getting progressively more harder, right? So he said, okay, so 16, like that should be pretty difficult, right? And I was like, yeah. I was like, make it as hard as you can, but make it possible. I said, tell me this guy makes the most difficult course that's next to impossible. And I was just like thinking that even my pro Minecraft guy who I was telling to like run the course for me, he couldn't even do it. Like he couldn't do it. He tried for like a good hour at this one part and he just couldn't get past it. So I was like, man, I wanted you to make it difficult, I said, but like you've seen the theme of the other courses, like they're possible, but they're hard, right? Like it's fun, it's difficult, it's challenging, I should say. It's not hard, it's challenging. Challenges you to get back up and go again. And I think that's the difference between something like, Elden Ring and Valheim, is that I like there to be an end goal. I don't want to be sitting here for 4 hours straight doing the exact same thing just so I can say that I've beaten it. I want to be able to sit here maybe for 30 minutes doing it over again, getting it and being like, yeah, finally I did it. Because that just seems like a little less waste of a time to me. Is that hard to understand? Like I want to be able to go to bed at a certain time. Achieve things in the game that I'm playing, not working at, if that makes sense. Again, I love Elden Ring. I think it's sick. I've watched so much gameplay of it. I just wish I was that good where I didn't have to spend 8 hours on one boss. I just wish that was a possibility for me. I know that, wishes are only as good as taking a shit, but I'm probably never gonna be that good. So we got 90, 111. We have 111 iron so far. Like, I actually almost feel like just emptying out one or more of these dungeons and then just taking a trip back. Like, if we stayed here and did all of these dungeons and brought it back, I feel like I'd be good on iron for like, the entire game. I could build iron structures and still be fine. Huh. Okay, I need to blow my nose one more time, guys. So, hold on, one second. I will tell you that Santana and I have a very busy, again, because it's December 21st, I said? Yeah, 21st. We have a very busy holiday schedule coming up because we both work in restaurants, and restaurants get very busy in the holiday season, especially around Christmas. For some reason, people don't want to stay home. They want to go to a restaurant. Mind you, we have a very successful restaurant, so it's nice. We're going to be busy for the next week or two, so we won't be able to record the year, or the hour-long special. So I will probably be better by then, not sick, and you won't have to listen to my congested ass face. And maybe we'll even hold off until January 2nd so that we can, make the 20th episode in almost like a thank you to the people who have watched the first episode, who are interested in our series. I think the thing is, this is my, again, it hasn't come out yet. It's December 21st right now. But my guess of how my series is going to go, I have a feeling it's going to be, the first episode's going to come out, and I think it's going to be less than 100 views. I think it'll probably be 40 views at most for a while. And then the second episode will come out on Friday at 7 p.m. And I think, again, 40 people will probably watch it. I think the same thing will happen for the next probably even 10 episodes, maybe. And I think that once, you know, the 11th or even 15th episode comes out and people are subscribed and they're interested, they're going to say, oh shit, this is actually very consistent. It's Friday, 7 p.m., literally every single time. And, you know, I work Fridays. I come home around 5 p.m. I take a massive shit, I eat a hot dog, and I sit down on my computer and I wonder what to watch. Boom. 2 hours later, 7 p.m., it's on your screen. Click it, watch it. Right? That's what the thought was. You know, so I think that the views will probably go up around the 15th episode when people start to realize that this is a consistent thing. I think that's the secret, I think, behind, you know, creating a brand and creating trust with you and your viewers. Not that this is some, like, you know, guide on how to teach you guys how to gain more viewers as a YouTuber. I think we all kind of know what it is. It's just getting the work out there and being good at it. But yeah, that's about it. I hope I don't run into a wraith here as I'm running back. Don't think I have the abilities to face him. Don't see one. Oh, bunch of grey dwarfs. Damn. So you do run slower when you're wet too, which kind of sucks. Gotta watch your stamina. Peace. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end the episode here. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you want to keep watching, click that next video, episode 20. Again, I really hope that we're going to record this one after January 2nd so that we can start replying to comments. But again, I don't really think there are going to be that many comments to reply to. So, not to be negative, but I'm just being a little bit realistic. I would rather have the consistency than the back and forth with you lovely people, which I do apologize, but it's for your own good. Just kidding. Okay, thanks so much, guys. Click the next one.